Happy Tuesday, feeling things. I'm Amy.
And I'm Kat.
And I'm obsessed with the word that you taught me.
I know what you're going to say.
How do you know?
Because you've been saying it.
Say it.
Sick.
Yeah. I really have been using it all the time. Like your videos that you've been making for our social stuff, which Kat will make the videos and then you mostly post Instagram, but sometimes I do too. I post a TikTok and then I don't know how it's getting to Facebook, but
it's supposed to just
cross join.
But I don't know that we've totally
synced up. Well, either way, the videos are sick.
Which sick is positive.
YouTube videos, sick. Yes, sick. My lunch today, sick. I had chicken and bananas, which is sounds
like a baby's lunch.
Right. So sick could be confusing with that because I'm saying it was sick, like awesome. Like I want to eat it again. I'm very into all kinds of salty, sweet things right now. Like I want dates in my ground beef.
That actually sounds good.
Dates in my eggs.
I'm not eating that.
I'm telling you.
I'm not eating the eggs though.
Don't eat the eggs. You can even just take a date and pan fry it in some ghee or butter, like put that in the skillet and then cut the date open and then smash it flat. It looks like a little cockroach. And then it's so good.
I can't wait to try it.
Sick. Sick.
You know what's sick is there is at True Food, the cauliflower is cauliflower, pistachios, and dates.
I love that.
So good.
Yes.
It's a good combination.
I've always enjoyed that. So I don't know why for years now after eating that appetizer at True Food, I haven't incorporated more dates into my diet until now. But now I'm eating like 2 dates a day.
Do you think you're going to get tired of it?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to check in with you. Kind of like I checked in around the Face Fitness. We'll see if this is just like a food jag that you're kind of in on or if this is going to be a lasting relationship you have with dates.
Well, it could be the dates are giving me that sweet with the salty. So because I'm mixing in, like today I did bananas with my chicken and I think that's the same vibe. It's salty, sweet.
Are you eating a bite of chicken and a bite of banana?
And I put a banana on my fork and then a piece of chicken on my fork and then I put it in my mouth at the same time. Oh. Chicken and bananas. Guys, don't knock it till you try it. I'm telling you, it's sick.
The funny thing about sick is that the reason I started saying it is because Patrick and I were at Target and there was a young attendant. We were in the checkout line and something messed up. Why'd you look at me when I said that?
He said attendant.
What are they called?
Cashier?
It was the self-checkout.
Okay.
So she was just like attending to us, right?
That is what we will call her then. Okay. She's an attendant.
So something messed up and then she came over and helped us. And then when we were leaving, she was like, did that end up working? And we go, yeah, thank you. And she goes, sick. And we just got a kick out of it. And so then we started saying it kind of sarcastically, but then we said it enough that now that's really how we respond when something good happens. Same thing happened with you. When I first said it, you were like, why did you say that?
Right.
You made fun of me.
I did make fun of you.
And I said, I think I told you that story. And then you started saying it to me, like jokingly, you would just respond. And now it feels natural, right?
That's why I wanted to share with you today that you had won me over on the word sick. So I've been influenced and I kind of thought maybe it was a thing that's cool. But now I know the backstory that it came from the attendant at Target. And so now is it not cool? I don't know.
She was cool.
She was cool. Okay.
She was younger. She was like Gen Z.
Okay.
That's what I think we got. We were like, oh my gosh, we are so not in on like the lingo because the girl was just like sick. But she said it so naturally and we were like, she's cool. And we're like these, I'm not old, but I just felt very millennial in that moment. So we were jokingly trying to say like the Gen Z language. And now I think Gen Z is probably like, stop saying that.
So I'm going to say sick and I'm going to add it. I'm trying to add in slay.
I think slay's over, right?
Is it? I don't know. I feel like I'll ask my daughter.
Okay.
She's 18 and then my boyfriend's daughter's 16 and she says low key a lot. She's always like, I was just low key tired. And so I've been trying to, relate to her because I want to bond with her. And so now
that's why I'm like, this is a sick recipe. You want to try it? And she's going to be like, low key, no thanks.
I do. We do bond over recipes on Instagram. I will, DM her. Like if I see a recipe, I'll send it to her and I'll be like, we should make this.
Bonding over direct messages on Instagram.
I didn't send her chicken and bananas. That's my own recipe. Okay. But I will ask my daughter because I like to also bond with my daughter, obviously, but she gets more annoyed with me than my boyfriend's daughter because she can't really express annoyance yet.
Yeah, I was going to say she's more comfortable with you. Okay, so I actually looked this up because I feel like this happens all the time. I've noticed that I've taken on like phrases of my friends, and sometimes my friends take on phrases from me, and then we start talking the same. So this is actually a thing, and it's called linguistic convergence, which is kind of hard to say. And it's your brain's way of saying, I like you and I want to be close to you. So I'm low key going to start acting like you. And the closer we are to someone, or the closer we want to be to someone, the more that we do this. And actually, when you do that, that makes people feel good.
Well, and you and your husband, y'all bonded over it because it's not that y'all were like, oh, we like you, target attendant. Yeah. It's like y'all started this thing of like sick with each other. Mm-hmm. And then it's like y'all gave each other that energy and you like each other. And now y'all do it. And now I do it because I like you.
Yeah. And you'll notice there's phrases like in certain friend groups that like we all say or we take from each other. So I just thought that was interesting. Like why we do that. It's because we like the person.
So it's a sign.
Yeah. Okay. So you can't deny that you like me.
True. This is facts. Facts, no printer. I feel like, do kids say that? Like
I've never heard that.
You know how I don't know.
Oh, like facts. Like F-A-X.
No printer.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. It just came out. I feel like,
you made that up?
No. I felt like I was regurgitating it from cooler people than me. But
from the attendant at Target.
We'll look it up. I do know that you and I haven't always agreed on TV shows that we're watching. Like you were so into Severance and you were like, look, if you don't like Severance, you're just, people who don't like Severance are on a different level. It's almost like you were implying I didn't get it. That's how I felt.
I did not say that.
But feelings aren't facts. But I felt that way. I felt less than. But not in a, no, I'm joking. Don't make a face. I'm exaggerating my feelings.
Okay.
But I do feel like, is there something I'm missing? Like, what do I not get about Severance? Because Bobby felt the same way when we were talking about it on the show. Like, he loved it.
You have to think a lot. And I did a lot of like watching videos about it to really understand.
You have to study to watch a show? That's exhausting.
It's kind of lame. I thought it was, again, the first season was better than the second. But yeah.
Okay, Shannon looked up facts, no printer. It's a slang phrase meaning that's undeniably true, or I agree with you. It's a way of emphasizing the truth of a statement, often used as a viral trend on platforms like TikTok.
Okay. So
the phrase plays on the idea that a fax machine, often found near printers, is used to transmit information without requiring a physical print. Fax, no printer. Sick. Yeah. So I'm curious what you're watching right now. And then I have a TV assignment for us, like you and me both, and our listeners.
Okay.
And then I also have a little, which TV personality are you?
Quiz?
A fun little quiz. Okay. Yeah, we're going to take. So what are we watching right now? And by we, I mean you and Patrick.
I'm going to be curious to see if we align on any of these. So we just started this past weekend. Is it Neighbors and Friends or Friends and Neighbors? What's it?
On Apple?
Yes, on Apple TV. Friends and Neighbors?
I started that too.
With John Hamm. Mm-hmm. And who's the other girl?
Olivia Munn.
Yes, and her. And I really like it. I'm only 2 episodes in.
Same.
So we're both watching it. And
we
you like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm liking it so far. I don't know if I'll go back to it because I was busy trying to watch all of Ransom Canyon.
I don't know what that is.
On Netflix with Josh Duhamel and Minka Kelly.
I've never heard of this.
Oh, it's
Am I missing out?
A mixture of Yellowstone meets Landman because it takes place in Texas, but like way cheesier. So I love it. Like it's a Netflix produced
it's cheesy
show. A little bit.
Okay.
Not totally. It's drama cheesy.
I didn't watch Yellowstone or Landman.
See, we don't align on TV shows.
And I tried to watch Ozark.
Yeah.
I got like maybe 3 or 4 episodes in, and then I like couldn't get into it. But the Friends and Neighbors, I will say, I have a hard time with shows that give me anxiety, and that one is starting to get me. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to give it away, but I'm just like, ooh, no.
Oh, I love that show. I feel like it's so good.
Okay, so should I watch? What was it called?
Ransom Canyon.
Okay,
on Netflix. Give it a go.
I'll try it.
See what you think.
Okay,
report back, and then I'll give us the assignment, the TV assignment, after we figure out our TV personalities.
Okay.
So I saw this on Instagram, and there's the critic. This person feels obligated to watch all critically acclaimed shows. That's not me.
Not me at all.
The background binger watches shows while doing other tasks.
That's you watch shows. You carry your laptop around with you.
I do.
That's why you didn't like Severance.
Probably.
Because you have to pay attention to it.
There's the drama queen, here for the drama, reality TV addict. Cheese is welcomed and encouraged.
That could be me.
Show repeater, rewatches the same shows over and over for comfort. I'm doing that right now with Sex and the City. True crime junkie, fearless consumer of all things true crime, knows a lot about serial killers.
I don't want to be that person. I like documentaries, but I wouldn't say that I know a ton about serial killers.
That show Snapped, but I think that's because I used to watch it with my mom.
I've never watched that.
Yeah, I don't even know where it is these days. You'd have to stumble upon it, but it's like on the ID channel or
ID. Is that a channel?
Yeah. Cryo Cat knows. Investigation
Wait, are you
Discovery.
a crime person? Are you the true crime junkie?
I used to be, and my boyfriend was like, I think you need to stop.
Yeah, I think that men should be like when we're obsessed with Snapped, if they're watching it too, they can see like, oh gosh, these women are snapping.
Well, also I think there's something to be said. This has gone along on social media a lot. I think people are talking about it is kind of a sign or a red or yellow flag that we decompress by watching trauma. When we watch true crime, that might be a signal that you're,
Something's off.
Something's off. Yeah.
So pay attention to
Cat,
it.
Something's
Mine
off.
was in early sobriety.
Oh, Cat's sober.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But he was like, we got to turn it something else off.
Let's watch some new girl.
the final personality is not feeling it, would prefer to just stay on YouTube or social media. They have a short attention span.
What
So,
do you think I am?
I think you're the drama queen.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess I don't know that you fit any other. I mean, you're the I understand shows better than you.
Stop it. You really think that?
No.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Okay. Because I don't understand shows a lot. Like Severance, I had to watch a lot of videos to understand it. So maybe I'm the dumb one.
No, I didn't understand what was happening, and I did not want to take the time to figure it out. So I was just done.
Okay.
But that's probably because I was background binging it.
I think so. I think Patrick would say I'm the not feeling it because he gets really frustrated because I'll watch like 10 minutes of a show and I'll be like, no.
Yeah, but you love reality shows. Like you love all the stuff in the Hamptons and Charleston, and you love Love on the Spectrum, and you like Love is Blind. You are the drama queen. I think so.
Okay, Love on the Spectrum this last season, I bawled the whole time. I think you might like that.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. All right, you want your assignment?
Yes.
And then everybody else listening, this is our assignment because my friend was telling me, have you already watched it?
No, I don't know what you're going to say.
It's true crime.
Okay, I was going to say, what if I don't like the show? I don't like to be forced to watch something.
Okay, I forgot. I put it in our little doc that we're looking at right now, and don't look ahead if you don't know. Okay, so my friend was telling me about this documentary. All of her coworkers and her friends have been watching it, and they're like split 50-50. Like it's not unanimous. Like, oh, we think she's innocent. It's like some people think she's guilty and some people think she's innocent. And that is America's consensus. So it's making the case really difficult. Okay.
Wait.
It's on Max. There's a documentary on Max. It's called Body in the Snow, The Trial of Karen Reed. So, or Red. R-E-A-D? Reed.
Red.
Reed.
R-E.
Reed.
That's red.
It's Reed or Red.
Oh, it is.
But I always thought, like, if it's your name, I'm used to seeing R-E-E-D or
Did
R-E-I-D.
you type it wrong, or is that really how it?
I think I copied and pasted
Karen
it.
Red sounds like a name too, though.
Well,
I don't know.
Okay, well,
It's
Karen,
not important.
Here we go. Body in the Snow, The Trial of Karen. Okay. Again, my friend said that they were all split on whether or not she was guilty. And here's a snapshot of what happened. Karen R is accused of killing her boyfriend. Sad. He's a Boston police officer, John O'Keefe. And this happened back in January of 2022. Oh. Prosecutors allege that after a night of drinking, Karen intentionally backed her SUV in to John outside of a fellow officer's home, causing fatal injuries and leaving him to die in the snow. They claim she then left the scene without seeking help. Now, the defense argues that John was killed inside the house during a party and that Karen is being framed as part of a police cover-up. They point to alleged misconduct by investigators and inconsistencies in the evidence. The case has garnered significant public attention, although I'm just now hearing about it.
Same, I haven't heard about it.
With a previous trial ending in a mistrial and a retrial currently underway. So my friend wouldn't even give me where she fell on it because she didn't want to influence what I thought. So she sort of is the one that initiated this assignment. It's Amy. She does my lashes. We normally listen to true crime podcasts when I'm getting my lashes done because I'm laying there for about 50 minutes. And it's hard to talk. I'm going to talk and catch up with her because I like her. But she's like, you have to stop moving. And, I talk with my hands. So it's hard for me to stay still. Yeah. So we normally listen to true crime podcasts. So then it came up about this. She was like, have you watched this on Max? And I was like, no, I've never even heard of it. And she was like, I want you to watch it because I want your opinion. I want to know what you think. Is she guilty or is she not? So then I got an idea for us to watch it. I want your thoughts. I'll share mine and listeners can watch and give us their thoughts. So it's a little assignment.
So
I want to see how you feel about it.
So that means that at the end of the show, you don't know. Is this an ongoing thing right now?
Yeah, they said that the first trial ended in a mistrial and a new one is currently underway.
Oh, okay. So it's like actually happening. So this actually, I'm already like anxious about not knowing. I just listened to a Crime Junkie episode and I'm curious. I'm not any type of lawyer, but in the episode I listened to.
Thanks for the disclaimer.
Disclaimer, this is not a lawyer podcast.
This is a therapy podcast, and Kat is a therapist, not a lawyer.
What would that be called? A lawyer podcast. This is not
legal?
Yeah. Legal.
Anyway. Illegal-minded.
Illegal-minded.
This is mental health-minded.
So don't take your legal advice from us. This was just interesting to me. So I get so frustrated with Crime Junkie when there's not a solution at the end. However, I listened to this episode, and they did the trial too fast and they didn't collect enough evidence on the person that they were trying to pin it on. And so the jury could not, because you have to, what is it? You have to
unanimous?
You have to know without reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
And they're like, we think he did it, but there's too much doubt that's available based on the evidence that you brought. So he got not guilty, but then because of double jeopardy, you can't be tried for the same crime twice?
Well, I think you can in a civil. Like you could go, like O.J. Simpson was tried and then he was found not guilty. And then in the civil trial, he was found guilty for the same crime.
Then why didn't he go to jail?
I don't know. It's different. I don't know. Civil trial's different.
Okay.
Google it. This is not a legal podcast.
Okay. Well, I just was thinking, I was thinking like, that sucks that they went too fast. I guess this is a mistrial. So did she get found guilty and then they were like, mistrial, you have to...
Oh, I don't think you can get found guilty and then it be a mistrial. It has to be a mistrial.
In the middle of it before.
I don't know. Okay. I haven't watched the doc.
Okay. I haven't
watched it yet.
That I never thought about that. Like if you mess up, no, you can't be tried again. So if...
Well, that's not fair.
I know. Like a killer is just out and about.
Can't you appeal though?
Well, I think you can appeal if you get found guilty, right? But if they're like not guilty, okay, this is not.
If you're found not guilty and you're like, I appeal,
object.
Like there's a problem.
Anyway,
I just know for a fact I would never be able to be on a jury because that reasonable doubt you speak of, I don't think.
How would you get out of it?
How would I get out of what? Jury duty?
Jury duty.
Yeah,
duty.
I don't know. How would I get out? Like if I really wanted to get out?
Yes.
I'd be like, I am. Like if they, I'm a liar.
So my friend just got called to jury duty, and it was for like a kidnapping, like a real thing that was in the news, and she was so nervous. And then they found enough jurors before they got to her.
See, because I would be worried that if I'm on a jury, if I convict somebody, they're going to retaliate.
Well, they'll be in jail, right?
Yeah, but they have people on the outside. that come to kill me.
I never thought about
Or I just
that.
wouldn't be a juror that speaks up. But you know how some jurors, they're a part of these documentaries and they speak out and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a part of this. Like
I never thought about that.
yeah, so maybe that's how I get out of it. Your Honor, I am scared of retaliation. So I don't know how I'm going to say they're innocent. And then he'll be like, "Meow." Like no matter what.
Okay. Is that not like obstruction of justice or something? Like if you,
I don't know. I know that we have,
it's like there's too many. Okay, we can move on.
I know that we do have lawyers that listen. And so maybe they could write in, or my boyfriend is a lawyer in real estate.
Oh. I'm just curious how, like what, maybe I should just look this up. What would be okay to not, yes, you're raising your hand?
Go ahead, finish your sentence.
I'm just wondering what gets you out of jury duty and what is like, you're going to do it anyway. Like if I'm like, I'm scared.
Yeah, I forgot my medication. That's what I would say.
Or like if I have a little baby that I have to take care of or something.
Yeah.
I'm breastfeeding.
Oh, I'm sure.
And they're like, prove it.
Yeah. Bring your baby. So double jeopardy. You can't be tried or punished twice for the same crime after either being acquitted or convicted in a previous trial. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm already confused. So who cares? Let's watch. let's watch Body in the Snow, the trial of Karen.
Okay.
And let's see how we feel about whether or not she's guilty or innocent. And we'll report back.
Do I have a time limit?
You have... I don't know how many
week?
episodes there are. Maybe we can look up how many episodes. You have 1 week.
Okay. And so I can't text you about it.
No, we can't talk about it. You have 1 week. We'll report back. Listeners, you have 1 week. This is your assignment.
Okay. I can do it. I'm excited.
And then we'll know.
It's fun. Okay. And then I'll also look up jury duty facts.
Like what gets us out of jury duty?
To prepare us.
Okay. Well, Shannon's already looking them up. She's already got it. Okay. Medical reasons, financial hardship, dependent care, student, military conflict.
Okay, but medical reasons, do you have to have proof? Like, do you have to bring a doctor's note? Because I can be like, I'm having a heart attack.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
like I have anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I could easily say, doctor, I am judge, I am perimenopausal, and you never know when my estrogen's going to be off or my progesterone's going to be off, and then I'm going to snap and I'm going to,
you're like, I'll be on trial.
and then I will be on trial. Yeah, that's a good one.
Or if you have ADHD and I can't pay attention, I'm going to miss something. That's a lot of paying attention.
Yeah, and I'm dyslexic.
Okay. Does that? Okay. Anyway, to be continued.
I confuse information sometimes.
Yeah. You're like, I meant to say he was not guilty, but I said he was guilty.
Okay. Are you ready for the feeling of the day?
I'm so ready.
And the feeling is brought to you by me. My feeling of the day is annoyed. And I need you to break it down.
Okay. Let's break it down.
I'm annoyed because we did a video call with my daughter's aunt. So a little quick backstory is we adopted our daughter and son from Haiti in 2018 or so. She just turned 18, and so we had been WhatsApping with her aunt, but because it was her 18th birthday weekend, we thought, we should do a video call. So Ben, my ex-husband, my daughter's dad, came over. We all sat together around the kitchen table, and then the aunt came up on video, and her English isn't great, but her husband speaks it better, so he was more so translating. So it's a long situation of us being like, what? Sometimes just sitting there and silence, taking in a lot. And they're like, ask anything you want. What do you want to know? And my daughter's had a lot of questions about her mom before. And her aunt was actually with her mom when she dropped her off at the orphanage. And she got dropped off at the orphanage at 5.5. So she remembers it. She's like 5.5 or 6. Whereas my son, he was dropped off at the orphanage at 2 months. He doesn't remember that. Whereas she does. So her aunt was with the mom. And so she hasn't seen her aunt since then. So we're on video chat. I mean, we had been texting for months now. So this was leading up. It was building up to this. It wasn't just out of the blue. And we made sure everybody was comfortable and this is what she wanted to do. And she did. And one of the questions that she asked was about her mom and then some other things. And then about her dad. Like, we know nothing about her dad. And she just said, is he still alive? And they said yes. And then they said he has 4 kids. Well,
Including... Like
Well,
4
so
other kids.
Sashir would be 5
Okay.
on his side. So he has 4 kids in Haiti. And then her mom, we already knew this. We already knew she had 1 before Sashir even left Haiti. We knew that. And then we found out, because Sashir also messages with her mom sometimes, but she hasn't asked her these questions really. But her mom did say she has another kid. So her mom has 2. And then we learned now that her dad has 4. So there's 6 half-brother and sisters in Haiti. And, she's here with us. While I think she's thankful to be here with us, I think it's only natural because she knows the reality of the situation, the likely situations of, how do I say this? What can I say? She doesn't know for a fact, but I think she understands that her mom and her dad are probably in a very different situation than her life here in America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The reality of the difference.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
The reality of how they live, it is likely more challenging and difficult. So I think she has appreciation for the fact of like, oh, my mom wanted me to have a better life. My mom wanted me to have an education and opportunities. And I think she can wrap her head around that. However, there's got to be this deep thing inside of you that's like, oh, well, all the other children are in Haiti and I'm the only one that's not. And so in that moment, this is why I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed with myself because in the moment, during one of the awkward silences where it's like we're trying to figure out translation or whatnot, I just started rubbing her back. And then I was just like, what are you feeling right now? And Ben looked at me like, too soon. Done it. And I knew it too. And I just thought, oh, stupid. I just was annoyed at myself for even asking that because, of course, she doesn't need to name her feelings in that moment. And while it would be good to name the feelings, sometimes it's just not the right time. And so I guess I'm asking you, like in those moments of sitting in the uncomfortable with people that might be processing difficult information and we're trying to be there and say the right thing. And then sometimes we say the wrong thing. And not that that was a terrible thing to say at all, but it's like not the right time. She's still processing. Let her be with her feelings. She'll figure those out later and just be there for her. Be in the silence. Why did I have to speak? And it was just funny how Ben and I's relationship right now is so good.
I was like, what are you doing?
I was finding some wood to knock on because we're thriving in our co-parenting right now. We're in a good group. It's been a minute since we've had to say pickle.
Is that your word?
That's our code word it's our safe word. But to get out of a conversation, like if we're just having one of those moments, we have a word where it's like pickle and the conversation just ends and we revisit it later because we don't want to get off the rails with each other because co-parenting is difficult. It's hard, whatever. Here we are. Things are doing good. And I thought it was also awesome in that moment that he could look at me and be like, Amy, don't do that too soon. And that I was able to receive it and be like, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
So what do I do? What do we do? Because other people may not be in that exact situation. They're probably not. But they're in situations where they are sitting alongside someone that is hearing something that might be bringing up a lot of feelings. And what do we do to offer comfort and care? Yeah. So that way we're not annoyed with ourselves.
Part of me thinks you already know.
Well, I probably do, but okay. I want your advice.
Okay.
Why do you say that?
Why do I say that? Because I just hearing you talk, I think that you've already answered your own. You've already said it a couple times. Right, because
I've had time to talk with it, but also, or I've had time to think it through because it happened. But in the moment, I don't. And even right now, it's almost like when you're flustered or you're in the moment, you lose all the tools that you've been given because I know better.
Well, because what did you feel when that happened? Before you said, what are you feeling? What were you feeling?
I felt for her. I felt like the pain of confusion.
Yeah.
And I wanted her to know, like, they love you and you have worth and value. And it doesn't mean they love all those other siblings more. And who knows? It's a very complex situation. And without talking to them, there's so much about each. Who knows what other moms and dads are involved in these kids' lives? Like, I don't know. Like, because, maybe he now has 4 kids with a different wife that was able to care. But I don't know. Or maybe there's 4 different moms.
So you wanted her to still feel loved and cared for.
Yes.
So you asking, what are you feeling? What in your head, what was that doing? And this is not to like, you did it wrong. I'm just trying to get
I was rubbing her
information.
back and just trying to say that, but I don't think that was the moment to be like, what's coming up for you right now? Because she probably can't even really name whatever she's feeling right now. She probably has just a lot of thoughts and she's processing. So in the moments that we're sitting next to other people, what do we do? Which I think why you said I already know, and it's just be quiet.
Yeah. And okay, I want to say this first. You asking her that, I could be wrong, but it feels like that was your way of like making sure she felt cared for and loved. Like it's your way of like helping.
Yeah, but
like,
I could have done
help
that.
because you're working on feelings, and we've been talking about feelings a lot and the importance of them. So it's like, oh, I know what can help. So I get that you're annoyed, and I hope you're having some grace for yourself that like you're trying, like that was you attempting to comfort her. And on top of that, and sometimes the best thing we can do when people are receiving hard information is just sit there and let them know that we're with them, like attuning to them. So you rubbing her back, her knowing you are there. If she's like taking a deep breath, like breathing with her and like remaining like a calm, stable person there, that is the most regulating thing anybody can do. A therapist, a friend, a mom is attuning to somebody's experience.
Okay. So I was halfway there. I was rubbing the back, and then I just took it a little too far.
Yeah.
I'm like, tune into Feeling Things podcast. I love feelings. I know all about feelings. What are you feeling right now? Do you want me to go get the feelings wheel? You want to dive into it?
You got the feeling wheel and you're like, take a spin.
Oh my God. Then you would be annoyed with me. She would be annoyed with me. Ben would be
She
annoyed
would
with
be
me.
so annoyed with you.
Well, I did look up the gifts of annoyance. Like when we are feeling annoyed, and the gift that comes along with that is it pushes us towards better choices and growth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm feeling annoyed with myself, but I'm going to grow from this, and I'll know better next time how to just sit in the discomfort with her, which to your point, I do know, but now I really know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to forget.
That sounds like a little bit of shades of anger and shame mixed together. Like anger of like, I want to be there and do the right thing for my daughter. And shame of that toxic shame. I should know better, when we can kind of rewind that into some healthy shame that says, I just need a little help. I didn't know the best thing to do, and I needed to ask somebody.
I know, but to your point earlier when you were like, I think you know what to do, I think that's why I'm annoyed. It's because I did know what to do. I do know better.
Those moments are hard.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for affirming that.
Yeah,
it was hard, and it kind of just went out the window.
And you're feeling feelings with her. So like, as a mom, I can't imagine as a mom, if I see a child, I cry at the drop of a hat these days, watching a TV show, watching a TikTok. So I can't imagine if I'm sitting with my child knowing that they heard something that could be difficult, I would be like, I want to take this away from you. I don't want you to feel this.
Yeah.
So just attuning to somebody is the best thing we can do. And usually we're more uncomfortable than the person we're trying to help.
You want to know the impairment if I chose not to feel the annoyance?
I would love to know.
Because if you're feeling annoyed or whatever, you lean into it and then you grow. You make better choices next time. If I were to ignore my annoyance and not feel it at all, right? That would lead to the impairment. That'll lead to stuckness, complacency, and blind spots.
Oh, okay.
So I would just keep on doing that to her constantly. I'd be walking around in every hard moment she has and be like, so what are you feeling right now? I wouldn't grow.
Yeah. And then she might just stop talking to you.
Yeah. So if you're feeling annoyed with yourself or someone else,
it can be helpful.
Lean in. Lean into the feeling.
Thanks for sharing that, though. That's some vulnerability.
Yeah. I had permission from her too to share it. So just putting that out there.
Like, I just shared this without. Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And so thank you to her for letting you even share that.
Yeah. You know how when you ask me, like sometimes I like look away and I get annoyed. I felt like I do that often, and I did it just now, which we have talked about that before, like the not on mic though. So I want
not on a hot mic.
I want you to share it with everybody else since it's now coming up for me of like when I look away. I hate when I do that because then I see it on the videos that you make, the sick videos. And I'm like, oh, why am I looking away? I do it in conversation with people and I'm answering their question and I look away and I feel like they think like, what is wrong with her? Why can't she hold eye contact with me?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay. What did you have for dinner 4 nights ago?
I don't, hold on.
That might be a hard question.
Yeah, but
what did you wear?
Oh, I think I know.
What?
I knew I'd get there. What's today? Monday?
Yeah.
So let me walk it back. Last night I had chicken. That was Sunday night, chicken. Saturday night I had, what did I have Saturday night? Leftover cake and meat. Friday night I had Mexican food. Friday night I had Mexican food at Cinco de Mayo. So then Thursday night, what did I do Thursday night? I thought I could figure it out.
Let me ask you a different question.
But I really wanted to get there.
Okay. What did you wear on Saturday?
Oh, black yoga pants.
Okay.
And a black top and a hat.
Okay.
Because I was at a track meet all day.
Oh, all day?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if you noticed this, but your eyes went like that. And I don't know where your eyes are going when you said that you watch it.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. So there's science behind this. And so these are called brain spots, or for you, this would be a gaze spot because it's a natural spot that your eyes go to.
Gay or gaze?
Gaze. Gaze.
It sounded like you said gay spot.
Well, I guess.
Like my G spot? Sorry, this is PG. Keep going.
My head went there too.
Your gaze spot.
Okay.
Gaze, not multiple gay, but gaze, G-A-Z-E. Gaze. I'm gazing.
We're gazing.
Okay. So this is where your eyes are connected to how you access memories in your brain.
Okay.
So when you are doing that, when we're asked questions, we have to retrieve information. That's why I asked you, like, what did you have for dinner 4 nights ago? If you asked me that, I'd be like, I always look up. It's a natural gaze spot for me to access memory that's in the back of my brain. It's connected to Brainspotting, which is a type of trauma therapy where you find spots that are connected to traumatic memories where you can retrieve them, open them up, process them, and reorganize them in your life. So it's a natural thing that people do. Everybody's doing it. And if you notice when you look certain places, if I were to bring up something tough for you, maybe I would bring up that experience that you were talking about with Stashira, and I could have you feel that, notice where it's in your body. And then what we would do is we would have you look at different spots and see where it feels the most, just okay and calm, and where that annoyance feels the strongest. And that would be a brain spot for you, where you're able to access some of that stuff, emotion, and process it out. You've done Brainspotting.
Yeah, I have.
So did they explain a lot of that to you, or they just do it for you?
Not really.
Okay.
I just did it. I did it when I went with Linda to West Virginia. Well, not West Virginia, just to Virginia. I met Linda in Virginia for 3 days for an intensive in a hotel room for 9 hours a day. And she had a stick and we had cards and they were up on the wall. And she did something with the cards that ended up with an eagle on the wall with flying towards the sun. And then that was me. But then she would take the stick and go, I don't know.
But you're looking at different spots and you're processing information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we also did a form of brain spotting, at least I think that's what she called it, where I drew on huge pieces of butcher paper. I drew my mom and then I drew my dad. And I wrote all kinds of memories and things around them. And then we hung them on the wall and I talked to them. Mm-hmm. And I went through each thing that I wrote down, the good and the bad. Mm-hmm. Wasn't just painful memories. It was all kinds of ways I would describe them. So that was another form of brain spotting. And then we did the thing with the stick.
It's like any brain spotting can be done in the probably most popular way people are doing it and the way you learn it in the beginning is just with that pointer, the stick. I would call it a wand. But you can do it by looking at anything. But that's connected to you. You're accessing information. There's a lot of I just did a phase 2 training with brain spotting this past weekend. There's so much interesting information out there about the eyeballs that nobody realizes, like how often they move and how your brain never sees light ever. this was interesting to me. Like your brain never, ever, ever, ever will see light. So your brain doesn't see things. This might be like duh to you, but when you think about it, it's kind of crazy. Your eyes see things and they have to choose connecting with your brain. Think about all the things you're seeing right now. You can only, I don't think you even see all the things. You can't think about all the things that you're seeing right now because there's so much out there that your brain has to like pick and choose what information it's going to take from your eyes and then actually pull to the back of your head.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And it's interesting what we choose to see and what we choose to not see. That is very much tied into also the lenses we wear. And so how we
and what
hear
you focus
things
on is what you continue to see.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you sort of like the blue car.
They say
thing.
where you look is is connected to how you feel.
Yeah. So if you're constantly
What you're looking at.
Yeah. What you focus on grows.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, this is interesting. You know how big an eyeball is?
Like how big? Like how big? I'm trying to think. Like, remember those red fireballs we used to eat, the candies?
Okay, so like a gumball?
Yeah.
It's as big as a cutie tangerine.
What? It is that big when it
Yes.
comes out? Ew.
I don't know how much it weighs.
I mean,
but
a cutie
that's
is
how big it is in your.
big.
Yeah, I think of it as a gumball too. I was like, what? That big old thing is in my head, and I didn't realize that your eyes are constantly moving, and if they stop moving, then you can't see.
Oh,
they're constantly moving, which I guess some people would be like, duh. But
no, I don't know that a lot of people are like, duh, unless you're an optometrist or something.
yeah, those people are like, duh. We learned that on the first day of school. I didn't go to optometry school. Eyes are crazy and huge.
You're not an eye doctor.
Or a lawyer.
Not a lawyer, not an eye doctor.
But I could trick you into it, right? With all those facts.
Yeah. We should go ahead and put a disclaimer that this is not a medical podcast.
Just not an optometrist podcast. Ophthalmology.
But send it to all your
Ophthalmologist friends.
eye doctors that you know. I'm sure they'll have thoughts. We did feeling of the day, which then led to a little bit of brain spotting. But how will we do the email?
Wait.
I don't remember.
Hold on. We got it.
Okay.
Email.
Of the day. Did we do it?
It was of the day.
Okay, sorry.
Email.
Of the day.
Perfect.
Got it. Oh, Shannon just said the average weight of a human eyeball is approximately 8 grams, but I don't know what 8 grams
I don't know what a gram is.
I mean, I just think of drugs. Isn't that how
What
they
do you
measure?
know about the, like
Well, I watch a lot of documentaries about the cartel.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So how much is 8 grams? How many drugs?
I don't know. Let's get to the email.
Okay.
This is from Ashley in Boston, Massachusetts. Hey, Amy and Kat, not so much a question, but just a story I thought you would enjoy. For context, I work full-time from home. I have 2 young children that are on spring break. I was getting increasingly frustrated with all of their requests and complaints while I was trying to work. I was about to lose my cool with them, so I decided to step outside and compose myself. As soon as I did this, a bird I didn't recognize landed right next to me, alarmingly closer to me than any bird would normally do. The bird stayed there for about a minute, just looking at me. I immediately was like, okay, bird, what are you trying to tell me? So I looked up the bird and the symbolic meaning. The bird was a northern mockingbird. The meaning? A message of hope, a symbol of innocence. So I paused and reminded myself that these young children are innocent and need my support, love, and encouragement. I know you are big on signs and birds, so I thought of you immediately when this happened. Whether it was a sign from the universe or a past loved one, it was a good reminder for me in the moment to pause when feeling overwhelmed. Anyway, big fan and hope y'all enjoyed this story. Ashley from Boston.
Oh, that's sweet. It's interesting. I was listening as you were saying the meaning, how I would interpret that, and I was not thinking what she was thinking. Like she directed that towards like, my kids are innocent. I was directing that as her. Like that would be like you're just an innocent person that gets, but going to like lenses.
When I saw a message of hope, I would be like, spring break will be over soon. There's hope.
Okay, so we all would interpret that differently.
Yeah, but I think she interpreted it
correctly
as she needed it.
Yeah.
Not that there's a total correct way, because we all get signs in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had any encounters with a bird?
In a symbolic way, or just encounters with birds?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I have moments
Oh.
with birds. Do you have any?
No, I know. I don't know what this means. I haven't stopped to ask, but there are 2 redbirds that keep coming around my house.
Well, you should ask.
The bird?
just ask. Just say,
Yeah.
why are
Yeah.
these birds coming around? And see if you feel something next time they're around.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, are they red, like cardinals?
I think so. I'm pretty sure that's what they are.
You just call 2 cardinals 2 little red birds.
Well, don't people say
Wait,
that?
you haven't, like her, you're not curious and you don't want to look it up?
I think isn't a red bird like that's like somebody like from your like
It's a
dead
cardinal.
person.
That's my mom. My mom's a cardinal. But the red ones are males and the brown cardinals are females. My mom can appear as both.
Well, how do you
She
know
doesn't
how do you
identify.
know, how do you not know one of them is your dad and one of them's your mom? Because your dad's a bluebird.
She's mostly red, but my dad is a blue jay.
How do you know when it's which person? Like, how did you know the red and the...
Well, right when my mom died, a red cardinal appeared in the tree outside my sister's window. And so we kind of felt in that moment that mom was a red cardinal. And then I was in my bird phase whenever my dad was really sick and I was playing bird bingo and I had all kinds of birds visit my feeder. And it wasn't until my dad passed away that I had a blue jay at my feeder for the first time. And so obviously that was
That's
my
your
dad.
dad.
And he liked the color blue and he had blue eyes. And so it just made sense. And then other times a blue jay and a cardinal would come to my feeder together. And I felt like that was my mom and my dad being like, what up? We're hanging out.
Okay, as you're saying that now, this makes sense. You're saying a red cardinal is a girl.
No.
Oh, a boy.
A boy.
Bird. That is a boy bird.
I'm saying like it.
Or it symbolizes a male.
No.
It is a male.
It is.
Okay,
If you
that's
see
what, okay.
if you see a red cardinal, that is a male
Bird.
bird.
But it could symbolize anything. That's
But
what
it
I
can
got hung
be,
up on.
But my mom doesn't pick and choose.
Well, right. So the male bird can symbolize. Do you get why I was confused? I thought you were saying a
She's
red
gender
bird is
neutral. Yes.
Okay.
But see, there's little brown cardinals. They look just the same,
And
but
those
their
are-
feathers are brown and their beak is still bright orange. And they look just like the red ones, but they're brown.
But those are
And
female
that
birds.
is the female.
Could symbolize a male or a female. I got it. I'm with you now. It's 2 red cardinals that keep coming to my house. So it could be any type of. It could be my grandparents. Sure.
You should
I
ask.
felt like they were peaceful. Like it's nice to see them. I'm like, oh hey guys,
Yeah.
what you doing?
Okay. Yeah, talk to them. See if you. So to clarify, not every cardinal or blue jay out there is my mom or dad. It's just if I have a feeling that comes over me when I see the bird.
Oh, so you're
Like-
really in tune with the birds.
Right.
What about your new bird?
My parakeet.
Yeah.
That is from Petco. It was a gift from my daughter's best friend.
Did she ask you before she bought that?
She did.
Okay, I was like,
She said,
can you imagine?
Mackenzie would like to get me a parakeet for my birthday. And I was like, I've always wanted a bird.
wait,
So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're like, yes, you can get that.
Yeah. I didn't want it really, but it's like,
What if it gets out in the house?
well, let's hope not because Cara or Maggie, my dog or cat, will eat it. So it's in a really big cage and we'll figure
Maggie
that out.
can't go into that room.
No, it's in Sashir's room. But also it's locked up in a cage. Like, I don't know.
Cats are crazy.
But
Cats can get into things.
I had a bird as a kid and I put Christmas lights on its cage.
You did not
And my
electrocute it.
cat started playing with the Christmas lights and the cage was swinging back and forth. And my bird died of a heart attack.
How do you know it was a heart attack?
That's what the vet said. But I don't know.
Oh,
Because we thought it was like sick. I don't know. That just sort of was our best guess.
okay. This house is becoming quite the jungle.
Mm-hmm. So
All right.
there you go.
So we have our homework assignment.
We have
We'll
our
come back
assignment.
with next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2. I have to talk to the birds and I have to watch a show.
Okay, report back.
Okay.
All right. I hope y'all are having the day.
You need to have. Bye.
Make sure you
Oh.
follow us on socials. Feeling Things Podcast.
Sorry, I cut you off there. What were you saying?
Feeling Things Podcast. That's our handle, right?
Yes.
I just feel like we need to get in the habit of
Of saying
saying
that.
this. At the
Email
end.
us. Hey
like,
there.
Like and subscribe.
Swipe up.
You know what some professionals do is they have a recording of them saying all that stuff and then they throw it in at the end.
But nobody's listening to that. And you
I
can
do. I mean, I hear you. You
hear
listen
it.
to it because it's right there. Bam.
You hear it, but also when I know there's pre-recorded things at the beginning and ends of podcasts, I don't like take it seriously. There's one podcast that I listen to and it's like, you guys might know if I say it. Can I say it? What it says? I won't say the name of the podcast.
Okay.
It's like, it's amazing how many people are listening to this podcast that haven't subscribed yet. And if you subscribed, it says, I'm going to do my best to give you guys the best content ever, but I'm going to make a deal with you. I'll do that if you like and subscribe to this podcast. It's obviously more eloquent because it's pre-recorded, but at first I was like, oh, that was like interesting. He's making a deal with us. And as I continued to listen to the episodes, I was like, he only said it once.
He's using a pre-recorded deal.
Yeah, it's not a deal. You're tricking me.
All right, well, then we're not going to pre-record it. We're going to do it live every time. So it's going to be sort of like that. We're trying to end the episode and then we'll be like, oh, wait,
there's more.
Subscribe, write a review, say hey, email us, call us.
Stop by the house.
Everything's in the show notes. All right, now we can go. Hope you have the day
you need to have.
Bye.
Bye.